So what are we doing?
He's a veteran.
What are you screwing up now?
We are going to port out this intake manifold.
That thing?
Yep. Here, Keith, hold on.
Why would we want to do that?
Because Keith wants to go fast.
I'll keep up with Tatro.
Then we're going to take the ported heads here,
They look pretty good.
and we're going to port them out.
We ported heads and we're going to port them more?
Yeah.
Are you sure about this, Keith?
Alright, to clean them up.
See how it's all bill mouth right here on the end?
Yep.
So you didn't cut them out all the way correctly. It's a little bit constipated around the exhaust port. Not this one, that one.
Okay, we'll back up.
So after you do the valve job, you do the porting. Remember, keep an eye over there for every couple minutes. Go look at it.
I am.
All right, so we're going to.
He ain't figured this out yet, but he knows.
Well, if the smoke alarm goes off, then you know.
Yeah, we got a smoke alarm in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my new light.
Well, new, really?
Yep, new to me.
Oh, you got an LED in it
It's
too.
already broken.
Or a fluorescent in it.
You stole my hose.
You need an LED in there.
I don't have an LED.
I know you don't. I said you need one.
I'll weld this back together. Keeps on doing.
Well, you just squeeze it, man. You don't have to
I'm
weld
not
it.
supposed to be rotating and twisting all the time like I do.
Right. It's just supposed to be a desk lamp, 1930s style desk lamp.
Style? You can style anything.
Well, they call it.
I think it is a 1930s light.
Yeah, that's what I said. Why do how do I know that? Because I'm good. 1930s.
It replaces the one that looks just like it that I destroyed. Probably laying around there somewhere.
See, that's a classic. American Pickers would give you $20 for that damn lamp.
Yeah.
They
Go
try to
kick my
screw it
ass.
down to 10.
Kick my ass.
So now we're gonna get noisy.
Lubrication.
So what blade are you using now, so the audience will know the right kind of blade to cut
It's not a blade, it's a bit. That's a carbide burr. And
It's
a
got
piece of
big-
crap grinder.
It's got big gaps, so you can.
It's hardly even got any clearances in it.
Yeah,
This is my fine one.
that should fine.
You finish work with that.
All right, where we at? The light on?
Nope.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
We still have that low spot right there, see?
Low spot?
Yeah.
Is that a low spot?
See, it's not ground.
Yeah.
It's a low spot.
Ooh.
So we knocked off the high spot, brought the low spot down. The low spot's still there because it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still want to keep it straight there. We're blending into the port that's already there. This removes metal a little bit quicker than this one.
Yeah.
This one's a little dull, so it leaves a better finish.
So who ported these originally?
I don't know.
Okay.
They had a bunch of waves in there.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of knocking out the waves. So now it's nice and straight.
You sure you don't want to surf in there?
Keith, you want to surf inside your ports? Or you want to be just like ice and smooth?
Windsurfing there.
Oh, Fred wants you to go surfing, so.
To San Diego.
All right.
That one's cleaned up.
So that side is.
Well, that side is.
You can feel all the high spots in there.
This is a better view. Oh, look at that.
See See the high spots?
Yep. Stuff in here.
All the ripples.
Ripples.
Yeah.
Just like
Right down there. Over
strawberry ripple.
here. Ooh. Put your finger over there and feel that. Feel the
Yeah.
big curves in there.
Put it down. Yeah, better.
We got a low spot right here though. If you're ever doing this one like this on the outside edge. So I move my hand like this a lot.
Yeah.
You can't because you're way too close. You have to pull way the hell back to see what's going on. The camera looks a lot closer than what you're looking at. So you have to follow the port. See, this port's coming at this angle. When I'm down here, it's at this angle. See, I have to move my hand like this quite a bit. The cutter doesn't have to move much. My hand has to move a lot. If you don't, you dig into the sides.
Okay.
If you just do one little section at a time, you don't have to go so much. When you're radiusing it in, to make it round, you have to move your hand more.
Hmm.
And once you get further in, you don't have to do it so much, but out here on the edge, you do. So now when you go around like that, it feels even, and when you go in and out, it feels even.
Hmm.
You can take a lot of metal out, but it's smooth and straight. And I accidentally hit that high spot on the other side a little bit too. Making things straight and round and smooth is hard to do. And we haven't done this side yet. I see it'd be hard for me to do it from over there, so I have to go over here. Appears to be dark in there. The light doesn't do anything, Fred. Here, blinds me. You learn how to work in the dark when you're porting. You just go by feel. You can actually feel the high spots as you go across them. See, this kind of stuff here, you'll feel it as you're working on it.
It is looking pretty smooth in there.
Yeah. It's not smooth just in the finish, it's smooth in the shape. Two different smoothness. Being a dull cutter, it makes it relatively smooth on the finish, but you have just a little bit of ripples to it, the little cutting edges, or I mean the little chatter marks, keeps the airflow mixed. But the shape is what we're working on right now also. They already had it polished at one time, so it was smooth and finished, just not shaped. Alright, so see how that's blended in now? I didn't cut Harley, I'm just making it smooth.
Alright.
Okay, so now we worked around the whole port on that side. Now we go on this side. We're going to work on the transition area over here, which is really hard
We're
to
looking
do.
at your shoulder here.
This is really hard to do. So we got to take this bowl and we got to blend into a flat over here. And you can see how there's a sharp edge right there at the end of my fingertips.
Yep.
There's actually a little bit of a hump right there. Now this cutter here can only get there a little bit. It can't get down here at the bottom very well because you're working that very little tip, and that tip's too fine for that big large radius. Stuff like this, bigger ones, bigger flats. So you come in there like that. You want to try to keep on the sides here, not on the tips. But you do have to get in the tip a little bit to get up in there.
Not doing a hard cut, just a nice gentle.
Just knock it off the high spot, feel a difference.
Yeah,
You felt it before.
it's taking that sharp edge out.
You just want to take that edge off right there. You don't have to cut the whole area down. You just need to cut that edge from here to here down to get rid of that edge.
Yeah, there's a little bit up.
That's the top, up top.
Yeah.
That side you want to keep relatively short. But this down here in the bottom's a mess through here.
Mm.
Now that area right where I'm cutting, right where my finger is where I'm cutting. The more you open it up, the less low end you have. The more top end you have. That's the choke point when you're coming in the port.
Say that one more time. The more you cut it.
The less low end you have. You're losing velocity.
Okay.
Makes the port big. Same for this big valve bowl in here. Same thing. The bigger it is, the less low end you get. I'm trying to make that a radius edge there, not just a big flat spot like it was. And also try not to make holes. That's hard to do.
Mm.
Watching and checking on that heater, it's still not smoking.
Good. It's
It's burning
stabilized.
good.
It's stabilized. You just pick the area you want to be on and try not to screw up anything else.
Mm.
There's a whole hole right here at the end. I got too deep.
I was about to say, it looks like you're.
Making a hole? Yeah, I am. Make it round, but didn't want to do it. this one here, you kind of lay it on the valve seat. It kind of gives you a stop point. You can make it round off this area. So you want a trough to be able to come through here, feed the port through here. This is being fed by what I'm cutting out over here. That's all I want to do from that angle. You come over here and work at it from this angle.
Is there a bench handy or a seat handy? I'm gonna.
You look at it from this angle here, you can see how the port's getting, instead of being flat spot like that, it's getting more oval shape when you look at it deep in there. Now I got to blend all this in. I need something to take a little more cut out, but you got to be careful this actually digs in too.
Thanks. My back's still not good. That's better.
You feel better now?
No.
Okay. Glad you're happy.
Not happy either, but getting it done.
Just gotta get some more squared out. Eliminating that hump that was in there.
Yeah. You get that low spot that you cut in there?
Cutting through there, yeah. I didn't make it low spots. Okay, now I got a straight shot up in there now. Goes right in there, straight in, right through here.
Yeah.
There's no hump in there anymore like there was. It's a lot bigger than it was through there now. You got to work at it from both sides a little at a time. It's very easy to cut too much. Now you come back and see how much damage you did from this side. Now this you want to kind of radius in, a nice radius. It's a little bit triangulated right now, but it's close. See what I just cut that line right there?
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to radius it right there. Try not to cut under the seat though.
Yeah,
That's the hard part.
it's a good idea.
See, it's already been cut way too much under the seat already. It's a real sharp edge under there. Ideally, you want to have about this much height. It's about right now. Somebody cut too much out.
You cut too much out?
Oh, I didn't even touch that. People's membership.
This is my doll cutter.
Well, just clean your fingers.
It didn't even clean
Examples
them.
of that.
Didn't even clean them. But I work on the back side in this area here. See how I get it all grounded down on the inside? That allows me to get way up in here like that. There it is. So you get that radius going in there. Can you see that?
Well, I can now. I got the right angle of the...
Right there, my finger goes across.
Yeah.
That's a nice radius there. It's too sharp up here. Should be a lot taller, but
Sorry, guys. It's
I can't put metal back. So.
trying to get it right. Okay.
All right. I just work on other areas that have little humps you can feel. Very hard to cut a circle even. Okay, so everything's got a nice even flow now. It's got good radiuses all through. It's nice and big. I can put my whole finger through there. You got some capacity to flow some air through there. And you come back over on this side. Check this side out. See if you want to go in there and screw it up some more. Final blending. There you go. See the difference between that side and the other side?
Yep.
Pretty equal now because this side was opened up, this side wasn't. Alright, now you flip it to the other side. See how the size of the port's more equal now? See, this one looks almost like this one now,
Okay.
but it wasn't. It was real pinched off before. Now see how big that is?
Yeah.
This one's got some clearance, not as much as that. It's getting close up inside. So, port's a lot more equal. Equal is good, that means it flows around the valve equally when it comes in the chamber, not all on one side.
Yeah.
This side's cut too much already over through here. We'll just clean clean it up with this, see if there's any high spots I don't like right here, around the guide. There's a bit of a hump right here in the guide. People like leaving those humps for some reason right there. It's a little curb right there where you don't want a curb.
Yeah.
See, that flows in right at the bottom of that bowl. If you put a big chunk right there, it bounces up and hits the middle of the wall and goes out. But that screws up the airflow coming from the other direction. So it actually cuts airflow. It in, but I didn't cut the guide off. Still gotta work on it from the other side of here, right this area.
They can see that.
Now it looks more like this side,
Yeah.
except this one's cut more. Alright, so now you go back to this side and clean up what you did on that side. Do your back and forth again.
Real exciting stuff.
Yeah, if you're recording, it wouldn't be excited. Depends how excited you are going fast. All this little crap that makes you go fast. Actually blend in pretty good. Blends in real nice now. Just got a straight shot right in there. Cool. Bit of shortcut. So the rest of the port's fine. We didn't really do anything. A little light cleanup. Radius it in a little bit. And just increasing the radius coming through here. Make it a bit wider, longer. Try not to cut the top away. So the wall down here is still the same, and then change it.
How much is too much?
When you start slowing down, that means you went too much.
Hmm?
When you start slowing down, you went too much.
I see daylight on the other side.
When you cut all the way through the whole head,
Yeah.
that'd be a sure sign you might have went too much, yeah.
That never happens. Huh?
Cut her out. There's one. See, aluminum's blasting out the end. That's,
Yep.
That's the high spot I just cut off. That was in that radius transition I was working on. Stuff doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to get it close.
Yeah.
So, if you put your finger in like your pinky is going, you can feel there's nothing. It's all radiused and smooth and no chumps, humps, bumps.
Cool.
A few little low spots here and there, but not very many.
Let's look at it from this angle.
And the air flows through here like this, over the top, down this trough, down the straight edge. Everywhere's got a nice straight line of sight straight into it. So you're feeding the bowl real good with air. Goes around the guide. This guide boss, you want to make sure you leave it in there. And raise the top of it slightly though. But leave that there, that's what holds the guide in.
Yep.
If you cut that away, the guide just starts going like that.
Which is not good.
Nope, that's bad. Time to make Keith, how long will it take?
A couple hours.
Couple hours. Alright. I'll charge you for 2 hours if you want.
Oh, is that all? I thought you charged me for 5. So.
So now you get onto the exhaust, right?
Yep. We'll get back to the intake later. The other one. Alright. Now this I already worked on a little bit when I put the cut in here for the exhaust. When you do the exhaust port, you kind of get a free half a port job. Because I blended all the way in.
Yep.
I have to do a little bit of a cut to see where I need to go.
I can't see that from over here, so go back over here.
Well, basically right where my finger is,
Yep.
that's good. Up in here, it's a little wavy on the top of the port.
Okay.
The main flow of the port's good because that's where I already blended all the welding I did already. The bottom of the bowl in here, you always get the exhaust port, that's alright.
Welding had to do twice.
Yeah. Someone helped me.
Somebody
Got a little enthusiastic.
Somebody was helping me.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic. Oh.
That's called cutting too much.
Thank God for welding.
Alright, so now we're going to work on the top of the port a little bit, but I don't want to do much cutting up there. I'm just going to kind of smooth a little bit. Knock out a few of the waves. The way you get rid of waves, you go back and forth, you go in and out and wiggle around, in and out a bunch, but not in lines, just all over the place. You make a bunch of circles, figure eights, waves, X's, just a little bit of everything. It knocks off the high spot. Not much RPM and not much pressure. See, that gets rid of them. Feel it?
Oh,
Of course, there's a little bit of practice in there helps.
so how many years of a little bit of practice?
Yesterday.
40 years of practice?
You said yesterday. So.
It's my first one.
Yeah. Might as well be mine. So by the time it gets to yours, I'll have it down.
Yeah. It'll screw up real good.
Yeah, we're not doing a whole lot of cutting on mine.
Yeah, mine doesn't like being twisted like that.
We don't need to spend a lot of time on.
You didn't want any porting done on yours, you said.
Right. We don't need to spend a lot of time on mine.
Red light's going slow, so he's good.
Like a long, slow ride. That's the bike I'm gonna have.
There's a big hole right there. See that black spot?
Yeah.
It's a big hole. That's where somebody jammed their cutter in. See, I always grind my cutters back so there's not a sharp edge. You dig in. Oh, actually, that's probably where the weld was, at the bottom of the weld.
Let me have some salt.
That's where the weld blends in at. I forget I welded these all up. Feels good. Way up in there. Need to get metal out of there. Can't really tell what I'm doing because I can't even see in there at all. It's hard to feel because I'm hitting on everything.
Time for a long one. Get the long rods out.
You like one of these?
Yeah, like that one.
I haven't used this in a while.
The John Holmes version.
These are sharp, they cut too much. You see how the cutter moves back around as I'm going in there?
Yeah.
So it goes like this as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to cut some of that out of there.
I think I need to go back to a longer.
That's why you have a small grinder and you modify your trigger pedals. I'm actually grinding it like that. See, I'm going there that deep. See where I'm at?
Yeah. So now you're getting.
You only have that much trigger. That's all I need though. See? It's way in there. See, I can actually work in there that deep, see?
Mm-hmm.
It's called bearing in the hole. Well, all my grinders have been modified. See how these have been bent to sit flat?
Right.
All the safety things I took off. Alright.
Because they're just in the way.
Yep. This one's shorter than the last one though. Which one was I using? This one?
Yep.
See the bit difference?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell because that 1/4 inch extra there I didn't have. I was jamming in deeper but the trigger was starting to get caught underneath the here.
Yeah.
I was getting caught in that. See the marks right there from the
Yep.
trigger?
That's disastrous. The trigger gets caught in there. You
Start grinding.
You cut stuff you don't want to be cutting on?
That's right.
It's alright, it's not my head, so it's fine.
That's right. You just weld it up, right?
No. You ever try to weld the bottom damn hole? It's not fun. Okay, now from this side you can see where I was working.
Yeah, look at that.
Now we got more access from this angle. So we don't want to be cutting too much in there. This valve bowl's already fairly good. I don't want to be cutting the bowl any bigger, really.
Yep.
I was just trying to get that spot right there out. See, it already blends into the bowl real good.
Yep.
I took out that high spot that was in there from the other angle. This port's nice and round, flows right through real nice. Got a good radius up under here. That was good.
Okay.
Just need that little spot. Knock out that one little area. That one little area costs you some flow. Because it has to go through the choke point. The choke point is a choke point for a reason. It chokes it off. Get that same little area going on this one too. Not too bad, but it's just slightly in there.
Can't see it.
And now, right there where my finger is.
Okay.
See that, Keith? Right there. That's all I cut. That's all it needs to get cut.
Yeah,
Pulls
that's
there, throat's there.
Wow.
Took off the hump. There's like a hump like this, I just cut it straight off. That's all you gotta do. Just that little bit. See, when you launch over the hump, see the air jumps. Take the hump away, it follows the edge all the way around. Follows the port. The air stays next to the edge, it flows into the hole better. If it takes a jump and leaps and you got air coming this way, they hit each other, they crash, turbulate all the hell, then no air goes going through. So if you take that off, it flows evenly, this one flows right in, they both flow together. You pick up airflow. Pick up quite a bit. In spite of what that guy in the comment said.
That's what you want, maximum airflow.
You want clean airflow with the highest velocity you can get and still get the power you want. That little hump
Looks
there,
nice.
that little hump there is gone.
Yeah.
See? Yeah, some guy left me a comment last year, didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Without?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? Why would he say you don't know what you're doing?
Because I don't have a flow bench.
Oh, because you don't have a flow bench?
Yeah.
We got air hose.
That's a bench right there,
It
right?
says finger fuck and it doesn't tell you anything. Okay, whatever.
Finger fornicating. Finger fornicating.
Yep, that's it. I tell well the record book does. You take your flow bench and stuff it.
You got a lot of bench racers commenting.
I had one guy who's running a Bonneville manufacturer. He spent 4 months on the flow bunch, picked up all kinds of flow and all that shit, put the thing all together, went to Bonneville, went the same speed he did the year before.
Tons of money later.
Didn't make any difference at all. The end result is how fast did it go. That's all that
That's it.
matters. Doesn't matter what the hell the numbers say. That's why dynos don't work. Dynos just give you a number to look at. It's not real world. Okay, so that one looks good. So now I can put my finger that way. I can put my finger that way. I'm using a big finger too. Not
And
a
you're
small
really finger
well, my index finger doesn't bend this
finger
way.
partner.
And this one here doesn't bend that way. This one does. See, it fits in there nice. See how you have your hands flow in there better? I can't help you have other usage for that finger. And I can use my thumb on this one, see?
Yeah, it's big enough to drive a truck through.
And I could put all of these 3 fingers through this side.
So that's your version of the flow bench.
Yeah.
You finger fuck it.
You gotta go like that and both go in, see? Fred likes it too at night.
I didn't say anything, man. Outside of John Holmes, I said nothing.
That wasn't you?
That was me. Oh, almost fell over. Don't drop the head.
Fred got nervous there for a second.
So the,
This takes a sharp edge off the board.
yeah. I went to look at this Jeep, and it was definitely a project Jeep. It was like, wow, you guys got a lot of work to do on
Okay,
this
here's your
thing.
close-up. You can do whatever you want.
So the kids
Go into the hood.
sitting there talking. Is yeah, Dad's got a panhead in the back, a 49 panhead. Okay, I'm working on a 49 too. So we went back and looked at it when I used a chopper. They boogered up a really nice frame. And then I looked on the cases, and it's 53,
Oh,
53 pan.
looking for a 55.
And he said, yeah, he's kind of lost interest in it. I said, well, I'd be more interested in the panhead than the Jeep. So give me a call if he wants to get rid of it. Then he had a Ironhead Sportster, probably a early 70s, late 60s. Which
This one's all screwed up.
Yeah, I'll
take that.
before you drop it.
This one's all screwed up. It's factory. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So the air goes in, it drops into a big cavernous hole. No support, so you can't roll your finger in there. It just drops into a hole and goes 90 degrees. Air does not like going 90 degrees.
Is that the 75 casting?
Yep.
This is the 77 right here, the one you just did.
Over here, you can see how this side here, it's the opposite. There's a big mountain in the way that needs to be cut away to let the air go out. Through here. Now it's been worked on before a little bit. Needs more.
Plus the work you did putting them back together, right?
The problem is the head's in the way to get in there.
The only thing he did was just weld that twice.
Yeah.
He didn't
Not
fuck
once,
the
but
supports.
twice. Not once, but twice.
I've worked on this board already quite a bit. That's why it's as good as it is, but now we go back and do some more.
All right.
So if you look at it from this angle here, see how it goes over a big mountain over the top here?
Yep.
Drops into a hole down here, but the hole's plugged up. I can't even get my finger in there. So we're going to open this up a little bit, let some flow through here. So we're going to cut this wall away a little bit.
All right.
Right here. So notice how my long cutter stem here is rubbing on this, and I'm cutting over here on the other spot. I'm trying to go straight. We drop off in the bowl over here.
Can we see it from this angle?
Yeah.
I guess you can. Look.
See, that drops into a hole right there, but
Yep.
I'm bottomed out on my shaft again. So I'm trying to take this big S-bend out of here. But I want to keep a radius in here, so I don't want to cut too much away.
That's a good angle there.
The further out I go, the less it matters. Right through here is the key. This is less critical way out here where you can actually see what I'm doing better.
did it.
So you gotta keep the RPM down if it wants to walk. I'm trying to get this out of here. It's still in there, but a lot better than
The factory casting you try to smooth out.
just how Harley made the port. I'm changing the port design.
Damn factory.
All right. Where the cutter at? Any idea where I'm at? Alright, you see it? So from my angle, this is what I'm looking at, so let's do here. You can see where the grinding is and where the grinding's not. You see how the finger comes through there.
Mm-hmm. So you're taking that down there, that little.
Now my finger can come
Yeah.
through here, and it almost flows straight in now. We had that big hump it had to go over before.
Wow.
So now this has all been ground out through here, and we're blending into the big hole right here, and we're blending into the bottom of our pipe over here. Pull back a little bit. And that's going to be a nice straight edge coming out. So we're working all that in too, as well as back in there where my finger goes. What I don't want to do is be cutting too much on the top away here, but I want to cut a little bit away. So, instead of being real close, you can pull back and zoom in a little bit. As long as you stay under half that line, you can still see. Okay, now we flip it around and see what damage I've been doing on this side. I have no idea, 'cause I can't see it.
Here, just look in a viewfinder and go by that, see? I'll shine it in there. And
Okay, so now I can see exactly where I've been cutting. You can see how the port's starting to get a little more round and bigger on that side.
yeah.
You still see the valve bowls way down here. It still sucks in and got to come back out. And I am not cutting away my radius up top here. This radius down here, I got a lot of work. I can cut that way quite a bit through there on the bottom. So now I'm going to come in with the cutter and start working that in a little bit. You have to look at where your ports are over here, how much metal's in here. Give you an idea of where you're at. Looks like we're still about a ½ inch thick through there. So you look at the end of the tip here and to where your port is. Still a long ways away, so you shouldn't be hitting anything important that matters. Way up in there I need a little bit closer, but Harley's usually give you pretty good casting thickness to work with. So now I got to come in here and work on this through here a little bit. Appears to be water lubricated.
Yeah. Water and oil.
That's wet flow bench. Do you see that wet flow bench going, Fred, there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Blew all over my face.
You need to wash your face anyway.
Yeah, I went to my eye a little bit too. If I had my safety glass on, it would scooped all that shit right into my eyeball. It just blew by this time. All right, so now you can look at that port now. Now we're talking from this side. Look how much it opened up. It really goes through there now, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got a good radius going like this in there that way. Unlike the other side where it just drops off into a big hole. Now, if both sides were like this, it'd flow a hell of a lot more air. That made the point round because I used a steel seat as a guide. It's running away. Making a trough to come out of. I can catch it from the other side on the trough. The water just makes it more interesting.
Lubricates it.
Yeah. Okay, so now you come in from this angle. See what you can do to make it blend in better. The problem is you don't have a lot of access to all those top points and stuff.
Let's see if I can get in from here.
Yeah, that works for you.
Yep, right there.
It's like mud in there, Fred.
Why you got mud in there?
Chips and water, oil mix.
Just blowing out of this.
Yeah. Makes it harder to tell what you're doing with the water flow. Maybe if it quit raining, get the humidity out of the air would help. Wait until summertime?
Yeah, that would be the best advice I can give you. It's going to take a while.
All right.
That's how he drains the moisture out of his compressor. Just
use it.
Yeah.
You ever drain the moisture out of the compressor? I don't think
Yeah, he's
I've
doing it
ever
right now.
Do that.
It could be like half full.
Yeah, it's self-draining.
It all drained out on my head.
That looks pretty good. Where's my other coat at? Let me get in there with this one. Not really.
raining again.
Raining again? Pulling the rain last year. Guess they lied.
That's how the song goes.
Except this year. Maybe 3 inches above normal right now. Considering we only get 10 inches, that's 30%.
I'll probably blame that on global warming.
That's it from my angle.
The snowpacks are 200% higher than they've ever been before. They can't even measure it. Their tool to measure it doesn't work. It doesn't go down deep enough.
So you can see how big this is through here now. I thought the light was on. Oh.
Oh, it is.
So you can see how the finger can come in there pretty goodly through there. You don't have that big hump as much in there. Finger gets caught in there too. There's a little bit of a hump right here, but I want to keep cutting that away. There's no reason to keep pulling it away. Pull back a little bit. And it all flows in real nice through here right out the pipe. See, we got that lip in there for the pipes. The pipe was actually set down below that. What was that over there, Fred?
Market spiders.
A lot of them around here.
Fred was testing. We're doing a wet flow. Fred was doing a wet flow test. Watch out.
That's that damn pizza
Wet.
you just bought.
Wet bench flow test.
Keith bought that pizza, man. It's already ran through me.
Yeah.
It's all that cheese.
Oh, cheese.
That's why I took the grease off before I ate it.
Party greasy cheese.
You know, I get that edge up in there,
Just
which I
imagine.
can't really get to because even at this cutter here, from both angles, it's really hard to get in there. It'd be nice if you could like come in through here with a cutter.
Yeah. Bend it.
I've done that before. I can almost make it work, see?
Put a swivel on there.
I can't, I knocked the edge off slightly, but I can't really contour it at all because the angles are just not there. I don't know if I'm really helping that any. I'm cutting this edge right here, and it's not really made to cut. Alright, we can definitely put your finger in there now, see? It flows right in there now. Couldn't do that before.
It's a good sign.
Ugh. And the top edge. This is really not a finished cut up here. See, that doesn't really. Can't really do anything about that edge. Put some,
Just gotta live with it then, right?
well, you can put some emery paper through there and go back and forth. And knock the burr off. You ain't gonna do it with the cutter, you have to do it with paper. If you had a flap wheel, you'd probably do a little bit in there, but the problem with a flap wheel is it cuts other places you don't want to cut.
Yeah.
It's not always the best thing to be using. Change this angle a little bit on me. Okay, now I gotta work this down slightly. Trying to smooth it up slightly. Knocked it off quite a bit of it. Alright. I think we're just going to make it worse by keep doing that. Alright, see what you got in there now? Your finger comes through here. Now I use my big finger here. Just the small finger here rolls in there real nice. Big finger gets tight here in the joint. So it kind of flows through there. Remember, it's only a street bike. A race bike, you cut the whole thing away.
It's only a shovel.
But it'll flow a lot better than it did. Alright, the rest of the port there I think was alright, as I recall. And here, look at this side.
There's no doubt in my mind that this is going to run better than it ever did.
Oh, see, I broke my light. There. See, it's not supposed to rotate like that. Need a better light. Need one I can rotate. What they make that? Somebody probably makes one.
Yeah, go to Office Depot.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe somebody will leave me a comment, tell me where to go get one. The side's pretty smooth already. I remember working this quite a bit already. Look at this board.
So the raindrop right here on my shoulder.
Right. That's good.
Want to take it back over? Is that it? Sure, if you want. Here. Put your camera through.
Does that look good? Right there. You can hold it there.
Hold on.
It's got ripples in there.
We're in the kind of neighborhood that ripple goes over well.
See, the ripples went away. Get out with your finger.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Didn't take long to get those ripples out.
They're like that strawberry ripple around here. Boone's Farm.
A little bit right in there.
They look a lot better than my head. They wouldn't look at my
That's embarrassing.
It wasn't so bad.
Now Fred wants his heads done.
No, I'm not gonna.
I might clean them up a little bit. Well, bring them over
Done
here.
like that?
Bring them over here. We'll work on them.
Yeah, next.
I promise you I won't work on them, so we're safe.
Just knock down a couple of factory hard turns and it'll be good enough. Because it's just an old slow ride.
But you can sell that pile of crap.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on the freaking heads.
You should put billet all this on, billet oil pump, heavy duty lifters.
Let's just modernize it. selling points.
Oh, selling points. Get that same spot in there the other head end.
I'll either get my money out of it or I won't sell it. One or the other.
You can never have enough bikes.
Nope. Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Why would anybody want a stupid shovelhead? They're too new.
Especially a cone motor.
Yeah, that's right. With electric start in a swing arm. Who wants any of that crap?
So my 1942 Spotlight will work. Technically too new for you, huh? It's like
42?
brand new.
Well, 42 is good.
Worked on the motor that runs the flashes, signal.
Yeah,
Everything was totally frozen up. I worked on that a couple of days, got it all. I sent a picture, so we have two of them. I sent a picture to the other guy. He's like, "How did you do that, man? It looks like. How did you get that done?" Anytime, man.
So you're going to be in charge of restoration of 42 signal lights for the military?
No.
They're going to sign you right up?
Better now. I can cite the carbon arc. You got to run the negative in and to a certain point on the line.
You didn't tell them it's a 24-inch
This
signal light.
24-inch with 124 volts. Direct current. It's just like a giant welder.
It is a big welder. That's exactly what it is.
That's why I keep saying it's like a giant welding rod here. Except it makes light. It doesn't make anything else.
Ship to ship and ship to sea, or ship to land communication devices.
Yeah. We found one ship that forgot the name it was, but it looks like exactly like our light, but can't be ours because that battleship went down in the with Battle of Midway. Maybe it was a carrier. I think it was a carrier. So we got one with
still around.
Doolittle taking off.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, picture Doolittle. His plane is taking off and getting ready to go bomb Japan.
Dr. Doolittle?
No,
Jimmy Doolittle.
Doolittle.
Narrating what's going on there, Fred. You're supposed to be narrating, Fred.
What? Narrating what?
What we're doing.
You're just cutting.
I'm just cutting. That's all we're doing. We're just cutting.
Cutting a big,
No, we're cutting. We're not porting.
cutting a big hole in it.
We're not porting. We're cutting. Fred just said we're cutting.
Flow testing with his pencil.
Flow testing with his-
See that high spot right there?
Yep.
That's because that port doesn't come in where it belongs. It's too far out. So it has to be opened up. So we're using the seat as a guide.
Cut them up out of there.
Cut a little bit.
Freaking
Cut a little bit out of there.
lost about 2 pounds off these heads.
I didn't cut that much off.
Okay,
Bike
half
will
a
be
pound.
lighter, it'll go faster.
Half a pound.
Cut in the right spot, that's all.
You know, I go to sit down and he moves the damn thing around.
I got lost. Where was I working, Fred? I was on this side.
I can't see it from here.
Porting is not a job to sit on your butt. If you're porting and sitting on your butt, you're not doing a very good job.
He's just a cameraman.
I'm just a cameraman with a bad back. Keeps.
Like yours is better than mine? Come on.
Well,
We're blending our two different directions together. You want to
yeah, you can see that.
You want to dig your cutter in the side over there. See?
I don't know if they can really see anything or tell anything about it.
Well, now it goes straight through. It's even. Just trying to eliminate high spots. All porting is eliminating high spots, making it straight and long radiuses. That's all it is.
Hey, back over here now.
Well, you're getting tired. I was going to give you a rest break. There's that low enough for you can see now? It's a really bad angle for me to work though. I can't get in here.
Sound like a-
Yeah, that sucks for me.
that sucks for you. I'll put it where you need to put it.
This sucks for me too though. But they all suck.
Well, I'm pretty sure that, yeah. No matter where you put it, it's a.
Well, I
you got
just
a tough
rotated
angle
ahead so I
to-
can get to it.
You got a tough angle to get to.
Now I get rid of this angle in here that's in here.
So I can actually come in from this end. See what you're doing there.
Try to get rid of this right.
I don't know if that helps any. Can you guys see that?
A little bit. Air radio's going at least.
Jeez, you're cutting a lot.
Cutting everything out.
Our camera lens has its safety goggles on, so.
It's a good thing. Alright, I don't want to make it too big. That's pretty opened up and good there.
Okay.
It'd be nice if it wasn't all cut away on the top, that they already did, but oh well. Alright, so that side filled through. How's the other side? Half the part working. How's the other half of the port? Looks all wavy.
You'd only worked on one side of that damn thing?
Yeah. We want to work on both sides now?
The hell, man?
See how it's already been all cut away through there? Whole thing's all cut. It should be all down to here, so the radius is up real nice. It's all gone. Can't put metal back, so all I can do is make it blend as best I can with what I get to work with. And this was already cut pretty deep through here,
I don't want to go crazy.
so we don't want to go any deeper.
Yep.
So we're just knocking off ripples.
Keeping his hands moving, keeping that blade moving around. Take that out.
Look at my hands.
Um,
Am I working?
can't see where you're actually going, so.
Secret. See, I'm not cutting it right in the dead middle, see? You're cutting like this on both sides, it's low in the middle. Squaring it up a little bit. So So this now flows real good around through here with no high spots.
Mm-hmm.
Then out here, it had a flat spot in it, so I've been making it round like the Ford is. I still haven't quite cut the middle out where it's in there. I don't want to go quite that deep. And I come back to the other side and blend. What do you got on this side to work to, Fred?
Say it again.
What do you got on this side to work to? How come this head's loose? Yeah, these threads are screwed up, aren't they?
Oh no, no, oh no. That's not good. What are you doing?
These threads are bad.
You just,
Plug it up.
You have a bad spark plug hole.
wow. Just figured that out.
It's loose now. It's hard to do the port job now.
So go put a damn, cut it and put a damn
Insert in it.
insert in now.
Spark plug threads were not didn't pass the port test.
One of them did have an insert.
Well, now the other one needs an insert because this one's bad. Damn, that's more work I got to do now. I think there's a plot. Huh?
I think you did it on purpose.
I did. You saw me do it.
Yeah.
Better do it now than that sticking that spark plug in there and it right back out.
It's definitely better to figure it out now than later.
Okay, I can.
Yep. Head appears to be moving on grinding. Does that affect the accuracy, Fred?
Doesn't make it easier.
Good thing we're almost done. With this part. Not close in the speed.
Maybe this will pass.
Sounds like working, Fred.
Gonna work on the exhaust now.
What I'm working on. I got confused when the spark plug skipped out. Oh my God, who did all that damage? Cut her out.
Scratch the lamp there.
Oh,
High quality lamp.
good thing it didn't break. One more time over here.
It's my elbow like that.
Your elbow getting sore? Better. There we go. Finally getting it out. A little bit of a hole in there. There we go, that's getting it. There, I got it. It's tricky getting them out of there. All right.
Okay. Been finger fornicating that head or what?
Do we have to unscrew this when I get it out, or just pull it?
Might just pop right out. Probably could just unscrew it by hand.
Just plug that out and drill a hole in the other side.
Put a new spark plug hole on the other side?
Yeah.
I don't know why you gave me a head so screwed up to work with. Look at that, you just screwed up all my tools.
Man.
Well, there's the problem, Fred, there's no threads in it.
Oh, nice job, Tatro. Just trashed them completely.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
Way to crank them down.
Yeah, I had 100 foot-pounds of torque on that sucker and just gave up the ghost.
Wow, this is terrible.
Uh-oh. A little unevenness there. It'll be perfect, can't do that. Oh yeah, I'm not going to work on that head no more, it's all screwed up.
Trash it.
I don't know who did that. Alright, I'll get that for a second.
Grip tech has you
Put it off.
Yep, I'll pull this off.